Inhale love and exhale laughter. Inhale love and exhale laughter. I'ma laugh, stay in my highest vibration. Laugh, stay in my highest vibration. Inhale love and exhale laughter. Inhale love and exhale laughter. I'ma laugh, stay in my highest vibration. Laugh, stay in my highest vibration. Inhale love, inhale love, inhale vibration. Exhale laughter.
Ooh, let me laugh and stay. Because even the most blissful life can be stressful. Welcome to the Hilariously Woke podcast with me, Melanin B, your favorite multidimensional edutainer and certified somatic laugh yogi. This is going to be another hilariously healing episode of the Hilariously Woke podcast, and we about to laugh and learn. Oh, we about to laugh and learn because there's so much to laugh about. And this episode is a very special one. It's really close to my heart space, as I'm going to be talking to my fellow service workers, those who are out here being of service while being in purpose. Ooh-wee. And not trying to be perfect. That's what's so important. And I want to talk to us because I'm still out there with y'all, just in a different timeline of my life. I feel like I've been able to say that. I've been able to be on different sides of the field of service, working for the people, being there for the people. And so let's really get into it on this Hilariously Woke podcast episode, the Laugh or Stay edition. Ooh-wee. And if you are seeing this visually, you're watching it on the YouTube channel, the long form. If you're watching it, if it's, I guess, yes, horizontal, you're seeing it on YouTube. So make sure that you laugh, like, comment, share. Let me know that you were there. I give thanks in advance for doing so. And also, if you are listening on podcast platforms. If you're listening on Spotify, do me a favor and become a follower over here on Spotify. You can comment, you can join, and all types of good things over here. They have quantum leap into a different reality since last time I was over here. So thank you for the level up for the Hilariously Woke podcast to be in divine alignment to get out here to the collective, and we can get into this laugh and stay, because every day is a great day to laugh and stay. Ooh-wee. Oh, yes, honey, this is not just anything that I'm spraying. This is laugh and stay, the aromatherapy spray, assisting me to feel safe and promote calmness. Also giving me that vigor, that jolt of energy that I need to give y'all what y'all looking for. No. But no, I love how it really works. It's like balance in a bottle. It really literally is, with the intentional essential oils that are in here, and how it smells. I love it. It smells like candy, but not candy. It's not too sweet. It's not floral. It's neutral because it's aromatherapy, so it's not perfume. But just know that when I mist my clothes, sometimes it lingers. And I love it because when I need that gentle reminder, that sensory reminder, it's there. Oh, and I just inhale and I exhale with laughter. Inhale and laugh and stay. Oh, it's so important every day, all throughout the day. And we're about to talk about throughout the day, releasing and discharging, and not just allowing it to pile up. And then now all this energy is stuck. It doesn't have anywhere to go. So, yes, I'm so excited. Welcome. As we said, this is a safe space for us to, find humor in our healing, so we can laugh about it. Because being able to find humor in your healing is a sign that you are healing. It doesn't mean that you are not qualified. It doesn't mean that you are not enough. It doesn't mean that you don't love your job. It just means that, we need to figure out ways to build your capacity up, to build your window of tolerance up, to build your capacity up, so you can have that longevity and stay within it, because you love it. And I love it. I love a good adrenaline rush with a good release at the end, because that's what's important. So, let's really get into it. So I got my notes on my Hilariously Woke card. I was going to do like half cards, but I said, throat chakra active. We got a lot to talk about, a lot to laugh about. So, let's talk about first, if you have been feeling, burnt out and tired. This was, for me, I didn't know how to identify it exactly, because I just thought it was always mental, the mindset. It's, never was really told about your body and stress, or even talking about your nervous system. When I was working in CNA, that's the field I was in. I was in nursing. I was in healthcare. we weren't really talking about nervous system. We really didn't even get any wellness training, yoga, gym memberships, any wellness tips or tools or nothing like that at all. So, you know, when we just thought about like burnout, we just went and sat down, or we tried to meditate. You know, that's on my personal time, but it wasn't ever consistent, you know. And so, you know, it's a lot. What we've been taught about burnout is not what we really think it is. It's not just mental. It is, you know, it's not just mental, excuse me, it's not just emotional. It is biological, because your body feels it before you do in your mind. Your body is telling you it's tired, it's tense. Your body is telling you that it's giving up, it's swelling up, it's moving different. And those are the things that you must pay attention to first, is your body and what you're storing in your body and what your body is holding. And it's not just about holding things physically. This is in your nervous system. This is energy as well, because everything is also a transfer of energy, which you're absorbing if you're empathic as well. So it's a lot of levels to it. So, you know, we don't want to just think about things surface level when it comes to creating capacity to be able to endure the type of jobs that we have. Because when I tell you, ooh-wee, I had so many ooh-wee moments in my jobs when I really think about working with elderly patients, Alzheimer's patients, with the families and nursing homes and long-term care and different things like that. It was a lot. And what I was taught, we didn't even really talk about like burnout and things like that. We just really had a mindset to just really keep going. And just, well, they got to be done. You know, bills got to be paid. Oh, excuse me, let me sip on that. Because not really just reflect, you know, on when I used to work in my jobs, you know, then we had some meetings where we would sit back and they would just tell us certain things about health, but it was never really anything educational that was fundamental, that was practical, that we can apply to our lives outside of what we learned in that meeting or in doing in that meeting. So yeah, that was something else. So when you know that it's not just physical and it's not just, you know, an emotional, empathic, empathic work is not just emotional, but it is absorbed in your body. So that's when it gets stuck. And when you don't release it and it build up, that's when you start to feel tired. And what you really need to do is, you know, in that moment, say, I need to release all of this and let it go. Because it's not about not feeling qualified. It's not about feeling like, do I need to give up? But this is no longer my profession. I just can't keep going on. Am I good enough? No longer feeling it how I used to. Your body is at a capacity. So it's your body is giving up. Your mind, you still want to keep going. You love it, but your body is giving up because it's holding on to so much. So, you know, that's very important to acknowledge that the absorption is not just, you know, what we mentally absorb, but it's also, you know, physically in our body. So, you know, that's something that we don't talk about a lot. And that's why this episode is, you know, about the shadow side of being of service. The things that, you know, people that don't discuss a lot, and the resources and tips and tools that we need more of to assist us to have a quality within this longevity of how long we want to stay in these fields, in these practices, in these professions. That's so important. You know, for me, you know, being a CNA, a medication aid, a restorative aid, what else? I know I did home health aid. I've worked in assisted living. I worked in hospice. I've all been very close to a lot of trauma. I used to, and when I only had one child. I was a new mom, changing diapers at home, changing diapers at work. That's a lot of shit to deal with. And in between all of that, it was me healing with my own shit in life. And I never really knew how to properly to deal with that. I just never really knew. I just kept going. So, that reflected into my home life. You know, the burnout bleed wasn't what I was told it was. It wasn't just me working overnight. It wasn't me listening to voice messages, checking emails. No, I was a CNA. You know, I didn't have that type of responsibility where I was responsible for anything after I was off work. But what my body still felt was the situations that happened while I was at work. The stories that I had to listen to, the abuse that I had to take from the residents, the family members that would come in and complain as if they used to come in and see their family all the time when they know they never really didn't. You come in this one moment and they're complaining about something they don't remember, they just went to the bathroom. You're asking them, now they're going to say, yeah, I got to go. I haven't went in a while. They don't know. So now you're going to the charge nurse and you're telling the charge nurse something they told you, and then the charge nurse is coming to us saying when the last time. It's just a lot. And even though the charge nurse got to do what they got to do, when you leave, sometimes we always interact with each other, and that's so important too. The whole facility being in alignment with the ooh-wee. Here come maybe that family member. Let's keep it real. Make sure such and such is in alignment, even though they already are. Just go double check. So that's even intense. It's a lot of stress required of you when you're in this service field, being of service. So that's my example of it. And I was in nursing from 16 until 30, like 15 years. I loved it. Clearly I was in it a long time, but it was a lot to intake and endure. And the physiological and emotional abuse that happened, without proper recovery management and things like that. Because even my perspective of why I was doing it sometimes would get so smeared by the stuff you had to deal with, not even just with the residents, but also the coworkers. Oh my, that's a different story. So it's a lot that you are healing with. So when it's all this building up, by the time you go home from work, it doesn't matter if you checking emails or not, or because the burnout bleed, we need to change the description or add something to it, because it's not just what people think it is. That burnout bleed is biological as well. This was all what I felt. When you're going home after work and you're having a drink of wine, it's because you had a long day. So now that means your work day has now bled into your personal life, because you're not just having a sip of wine to have fun. You're actually just really trying to decompress from work. And if you go out with another coworker, now y'all are somewhat trauma bonding over work, which you got to still go and do the next day. So it's a lot. So anyway, I'm just saying, what we thought were coping mechanisms and coping skills and things like that was really not as beneficial as what we really needed. And I just remember, being emotionally drained and tired. Like I couldn't even, felt like I could parent my own child, because they were doing things that children do. It's ooh-wee. The moments and the ooh-wee within being a parent, a new parent at that, in the very beginning. I lived in Omaha, Nebraska. It was snowing. So, blizzards. I'm not making, it's a lot of moms that still do it, but it's a lot. Car seats in the blizzard, going to work 6 to 2. So that means you up at 4:44, 4 a.m., whatever you got to do to get to work by 6 a.m. and drop your child off at daycare. So I remember all of that. So for me, being in that form of being of service to now where I am in my life of being a certified laughter yoga instructor, which I've been able to do laugh coaching, one-on-ones, workshops, wellness workshops, hilarious experiences in person for emotional release, inner child trauma healing, and things like that. Mama Gotta Laugh a Stay too. So it's been a lot of still me providing services and resources and creating a safe environment for people to come and find some form of healing. Being able to find some form of safety. And so that still requires a lot of me. So it's like I just quantum leap from different realities, still doing the same thing. But I love it because it's my purpose. It's not just something that I'm doing just because. I'm very much called to. So that's why also it's required of me to maintain my capacity to endure what comes along with this purpose, this calling. These jobs are not just regular jobs. When you are really good at it, when you are really doing it from your heart space, it's a lot on the helper's heart. It's a lot on the healer's heart to endure this when you are very empathetic and you are absorbing not just emotionally, but biologically. When you're sitting there and your client is telling you these traumatic stories and they're in a state of distress, fight or flight, and you're hearing it, with your ears, but your nervous system is actually living it and absorbing it. It's mirroring the mirror neurons that are taking place in that moment. Even if you don't know it, your body is always doing something. So this is why you need to take radical, proactive protocols to assist you to be properly prepared for your everyday life that you're choosing to live. And I look at it as this is a blissfully stressful job, if you want to call it that. For me, it is a job. I love it. It is a job because I work a WERK and I slay and I laugh and stay, but I still love it, so I still have to heal in my personal life and be present in my personal life. I still experience certain triggers, but because you're not exempt, you're just properly prepared, so being the helper and having this heart of being of service, knowing how to discharge. So, I just gave you, real examples about just how like I am actively and knowingly know how important it is to just have a clean out, just a divine discharge where you just release everything. As I say over there on the hilarious side, release everything, like empty the tank. Because every day is getting refilled up with different situations, is different experiences. So if you are constantly putting experience and trauma and caseload and the experiences that blissfully experiences in parenthood, those situations on top of each other, it's going to be stacking. You're going to be so weighed down. It's a lot to heal with. And then that's just personal. That's just you feeling it, and then you showing up on all these different spaces is so important, So I remember, when I had my moment where everything caught up to me, it was not something I could even feel like I could control how out of control I was. It was like a volcano that erupted. And then I was so upset that people even see me that vulnerable. Because people didn't know that I was, feeling that way, because I also kept it together very well. So when you don't look like what you've been through or what you're growing through, people don't expect you to feel how you feel. So that's why, and that's not saying that it shouldn't care or it matters less, I know when I had my moment that people were kind of surprised because I always felt like I kept it together. So that's why you got to be honest. When you have your ooey moments, be present, even if it's you interacting with somebody else in a personal or life or even professional. When I think about sometimes, and back as a CNA, home health aide, when I would have healthier boundaries and acknowledge some ooey moments, maybe where I absorbed situations, because I was an empath and I was empathetic to people's situations, so I let them talk more or cross like healthy boundaries when it comes to taking in their trauma, because sometimes you could just say maybe I don't need to hear that, but it's like you're in the moment and you just listening and they're piling on their whole day on you instead of you just saying I've had a long day, because it's hard to really tell somebody no, and they had a long day too. You're there taking care of their relative, and then they're piling on the information, the Medicaid, the insurance, and talking to you about how they're also doing, how they're doing. So it's just everybody is just experiencing something. So that's why you valuing your body biologically and how you're showing up as a regulated person. Because that nervous system is going to always tell on you. That stress is going to always tell on you. If you are not allowing yourself to be present in a proper recovery to maintain the lifestyle, to maintain the work that is very demanding, but also very divine, very purposeful. So it doesn't mean you need to give up or you're not enough. It means you need to have proper protocols in place to assist you on a daily, throughout the day. Laugh or stay. Ooh-wee. Because even the most blissful life can be stressful. Yes, honey. Apply with purpose and repeat as needed. It's so important, honey. Yes, so, as I said, what we've been taught about burnout, gotta stand in line with my notes, because I want to make sure that I'm really hitting home in some of these experiences that I've been talking about, because this work is very important and is not going anywhere. It's more needed now social work in different environments than ever. Like, I feel like, as a CNA too, the work was very undervalued, but so needed. It's like a key cog in a bigger picture, because without the CNAs, that's like the bottom. This is without the social workers. What is an establishment, a business without those people? Is something else. Not saying nobody else's job doesn't matter, but I just remember the role that I played was very significant. And we worked short. We still had to get the work done. Still had to get that work done. And if we were behind, everything else was off. The kitchen mad because we can't get the residents in there for breakfast on time. Now they can't clean up on time to get the dining room ready for lunch. Or they can't now start preparing for lunch because they can't wash the dishes so the dishes can go through and they can use them. It just was to be a lot that will fall back on you. It's a lot every day. And then you got 15, 30, and 15. And when you have your 15, 30, and 15, how are you properly utilizing your 15, 30, 15 to assist you to be properly prepared to go back into the space where that is causing you distress? It's a lot to really think about, and I'm not shaming anybody about how you utilize your breaks and your time to yourself. But when we being more mindful of how we can utilize, a quick 15-minute break can actually, give you enough time to somatically discharge and utilize laugh and stay yoga. You only really need a couple of minutes. You could do it every 15, every 30, because you done had an experience. Every time you go on a break, it's a ooey you could think about. But that's the time for you to just be you, do you, and somatically discharge with laughter. Because laughter is all about the exhalation, erasing your vibration. It's lowering your cortisol levels so you won't get that cortisol stagnation. You don't want it to be stuck in your body, and then it lowers your vibration, and then you are not able to feel, fully up to the job. Now, everything is just feeling, let me go back in here, and, instead of like, ooh, I'm ready to go back in here. Because your perspective matters so much, because you are in environments where your emotions are mirrored as well. So just as much as the neurons, the mirror neurons are happening between the client telling you a traumatic story, you interacting, and this is for mothers. This is for those who are educators and caregivers, infants to children who are watching you and who you are trying to control a safe environment to direct, give attention, to transition to. And your emotions, your nervous system matters because it's being mirrored. So, you maintaining your nervous system, your regulation within emotional as well is top tier. It's a lot. But at the same time, when you have the proper protocol and tools in place, you laugh and stay throughout the day. And you're able to easier have a smile on your face, because even just a smile sends new neural pathways into your brain and let you know that you feel a sense of safety and you're happy. And that energy is emitting off into the classroom. So you would rather have a bunch of children that are laughing joyfully and being able to redirect them positively versus screaming and shouting and crying. So and it's about, how you feel. So you're showing up in a lot of different ways for a lot of different people. So this is why you, on those breaks, in that time where you have, to yourself, use them wisely and intentionally. Laugh and stay yoga is so convenient. You can do it in the car. When I think about now how in between my home health visits, how I could have utilized, a good laugh of liberation, a good arms up in the air, to shift this energy, and then exhale with a sharp ha as I lower my arms. Ha! To really let go. Oh, wait. And just start laughing uncontrollably until the next home visit. And just think about what it's doing to my body internally. Because sometimes we want to feel a sense of something to know that it's working. And laughter does that to you as well. You feel relaxed. You feel calm. You feel joyful. You feel blissful. So this is why building up your joy muscle, your vagal tone, will assist you to daily discharge easily, being able to shift from fight or flight to rest and digest, being able to shift the energy to help with that cortisol stagnation, to get that cortisol drop immediately upon arrival, because laughter is one of the best, most natural and effective medicines for stress, because it naturally lower your cortisol levels. So, those endorphins, the neurochemical cocktail that you receive from a belly laugh. And this is the thing too. I know some people like, I just got done with a traumatic client. I really don't want to do a belly laugh. There's nothing to really laugh about. I don't think I can do it. It's a silent laugh. It's a gentle giggle. It's you acting. The act of laughter. Laugh to say means to actively engage, intentionally engage in conscious choice to laugh as a modality, as a tool, because it's medicine and you're reaping it. It's so important. So this is why you have to build up your vagal tone. So as we continue to be out here, be of service, being in our purpose, being service workers for the people, we must daily stay in alignment and do this intentionally throughout the day. We don't just wait to the end of the day to laugh or stay. We start our day with laugh or stay. We laugh or stay throughout the day. And laugh or stay too is intentionally engage in active laughter. And we utilize, the ooh-wee anchor to assist us. Ooh-wee is you acknowledging ooh-wee. And also ooh-wee is not, I don't want it to be directly correlated with negative. Something that's negative is a positive ooh-wee as well. When you go back to one of the episodes of, I think it was the first episode of the Hilariously Woke podcast, Laugh and Stay edition, you will talk about the ooh-wee, the foundation, the cultural classic it is, and how it's now being current in our wellness practices, and how I'm so grateful to be a contributor to the elevation of the ooh-wee. Yes, it's so cultural, it's so classic, it's lineage. We're laughing for our healing ancestrally. The real regulation is how we break in generational traumas as well, which, a lot of us are healing with, brown, black, melanated individuals. We are interacting with people who live in areas where poverty is very prevalent, so knowing that your people, knowing who you are healing, knowing the community, the village that you're looking to help making a change with it, and their struggles and their experiences to what is you're dealing with and what you could be healing with. You could be coming from the same slumps or the same environment, the same hoods as the people you are healing. So you are also healing while you're healing. So this is why it's so important to laugh or stay. Mm-hmm. And you already know, we saying it's hilarious because it's not funny, but it's hilarious. It's time for you to take your daily dose. Dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, endorphins. Ooh-wee. Did you laugh or stay today? The sensory spray, honey, yes. That olfactory sense, brain fart that I just had. The sense of safety as it bypassed your nasal passages. I love it. I never really understood aromatherapy until I really just got into my own blend. I'm not even gonna lie, I'm such a Leo, I'm such a creator. I said, I want to have my own aromatherapy blend that's going to assist me. Then I said, I would love to assist the collective. So I really do love it. I'm very sparingly with it, but apply with purpose and repeat is needed when you need to get that daily, that sense of safety. Or I just love it I just like how it smells, how it give me that ooh-wee moment, because the ooh-wee is not associated with anything negative. It's a space, a ooh-wee. What is really happening is acknowledgement. So, yeah. So as we out here, doing our daily divine discharge throughout the day, making sure that we maintain our laugh stay and our positive perspective. Healers and helpers, we're important. All superheroes don't wear capes. So we on the job. And the best job that you can get on is internally, honey. That's self-employment. How you gonna win if you ain't right within? It's so important that you really honestly stay on top of your well-being so you can do what you love to do, because people like you are needed in these spaces and places, and you are needed in your own life. Nothing is more important than your personal mental health, physical health, spiritual health, but if you have a calling, it's going to keep calling you. So being able to set yourself up for proper preparation, with your proper protocol, your environment, your PPE. We have to have those internally. Everything is not just externally and physically. These are inner sizes, because this is your internal environment. Your vagus nerve, building up your vagal tone, is not nothing you can do externally. And laughter is the most quickest and effective way to have that somatic shift into your parasystematic nervous system when you want to, shift out of fight or flight. Did you laugh or stay today? So let me see where we at. I really feel like I did an amazing job keeping up with my notes. I'm so proud of myself. So, what I would like to call the collective to do, those who are listening, my helpers and healers and licensed clinical social workers, early childhood education, those who are teachers, those who are moms, dads too. I don't want to leave you out, but I do want to speak to those who I see out here in these trenches a lot. I want us to talk to those who look like me. And it's a lot of us out there who have this caring heart, out there doing the Lord's work. It's not easy. It's not easy, but if it was easy, everybody would be doing it. And we're not caught up in the monitoring gang, even though the monetary gang is allowing us to stay present, because the purpose does provide provision. However, being able to provide yourself the proper tools to assist you to stay rich and wealthy and healthy is so important. So so as you out here, fostering a sense of safety for somebody else, make sure that you are fostering a sense of safety for yourself, and that you are doing your daily discharge. And you can find Laugh or Stay yoga, different Laugh or Stay asanas to assist you on the Laugh or Stay YouTube page. We're actually on all social media platforms, but for your long form videos to get a flow down, to even actually learn the Laugh or Stay 21, which is Laugh or Stay yoga. Laugh or Stay yoga consists of 21 Laugh or Stay asanas. It's a complete flow, 777 foundational vagal break, the vagal tone, the high arousal, and then you have the integration. So you go through the whole complete process of releasing, and I love it. I'm so glad and so excited for the world to be out here utilizing Laugh or Stay every day. So like I said, I would love for you to apply it to your life, in between your home visits, in between your caseloads, at your desk. You can do it wherever you are. Every Laugh or Stay, almost everyone can be modified to assist you wherever you are. Almost all of them. It's 21. Almost all of them can. So let's get in alignment and be more proactive with our somatic practices to assist us to be properly prepared for the services that we provide. Whew, that was a mouthful. Speaking of a mouthful, let me intentionally sip my throat chakra. Strawberry cucumber water, very intentional as well. So it's been really hilariously healing. I give thanks for everybody who tapped in. Like I said, please laugh, like, comment, share the video, subscribe, comment. I want to know what you think about this. If you're a social worker, a licensed clinical social worker, if you're a caregiver, if you're a mom, let me know how you're feeling about applying intentional laughter, Laugh or Stay to your life. And let me know how you feel about utilizing laughter as a modality. And if you ever really thought about, laughter is medicine, how do I start utilizing it as such? Because I'm here for that. So, I'm just telling my hilarious story. We're going to laugh about it and utilize it, for a holistic wellness practice. And I'm so grateful and thankful. You can get your Laugh or Stay spray, which is available at laugh-or-stay.com, to assist you, your sensory spray. And it's going to be a great day because you're going to laugh or stay. Because, let me laugh or stay. Because even the most blissful life can be stressful. Yes. So until next time, I laugh, y'all. I appreciate y'all. Have a great day. Laugh or stay.
Inhale love and exhale laughter. Inhale love and exhale laughter. I'ma laugh, stay in my highest vibration. Laugh, stay in my highest vibration. Inhale love and exhale laughter. Inhale love and exhale laughter. I'ma laugh, stay in my highest vibration. Laugh, stay in my highest vibration. Inhale love, in vibration. Exhale laughter.